In 1922, Howard Carter stepped into the tomb of Tutankhamun, uncovering treasures that had been hidden away for over 3 millennia. Among the gold and artifacts, he discovered jars of honey that remained perfectly sealed, untouched by the decay of thousands of years. While legends claim archaeologists tasted this ancient honey, the true story is a fascinating scientific mystery about how food refuses to rot. This preservation is not magic. It is the result of a specific, elegant chemistry that keeps our modern pantry staples safe today. Honey is naturally low in water and incredibly high in sugar, creating an environment that is essentially a desert for any microbes. This high concentration creates an osmotic pressure so intense that it draws moisture out of any bacteria that dare to enter the jar. By dehydrating these microscopic invaders, honey effectively kills them, which is why it never requires refrigeration to stay perfectly shelf-stable. Ancient civilizations from Egypt to Georgia recognized this unique property, viewing honey as a divine, incorruptible substance gifted by the gods. Beyond its role as a food, ancient Egyptian physicians discovered that applying honey to wounds acted as a powerful, natural antiseptic. Modern science confirms this, revealing that honey contains glucose oxidase, an enzyme that produces hydrogen peroxide when it comes into contact with moisture. This chemical reaction acts like a slow-release shield, providing a level of protection that ancient doctors utilized long before modern medicine existed. It is remarkable to consider that the same substance used to preserve a pharaoh's afterlife was also used to heal the living. The Egyptians were not just lucky. They had stumbled upon a biological fortress that works on principles we still study in labs today. Yet, for all its durability, honey has a peculiar vulnerability that modern parents must navigate with extreme caution every single day. While honey is hostile to most life, it can harbor dormant spores that remain completely unaffected by its natural defensive chemistry. These spores, specifically those of Clostridium botulinum, are essentially survival capsules that wait for a more hospitable environment to wake up. In the mature digestive system of an adult, these spores are harmlessly neutralized by our established gut bacteria and acidity levels. However, for infants under 12 months, the gut is still developing, leaving them without the necessary defenses to stop these spores. This is why the very substance that defies time and decay carries a warning label for the youngest members of our families. It is a striking irony that the world's most stable food requires such specific care when introduced to a developing human system. Understanding this balance helps us appreciate why honey has remained a staple in human history, spanning from ancient tombs to kitchens. The Egyptians viewed honey as a gift from the gods, a substance that transcended the natural cycle of rot and eventual decay. They were correct about its longevity, even if their understanding of the underlying biology was framed through a different cultural lens. Today, we can explain the why behind the what, turning ancient mystery into a clear, predictable set of scientific principles. We know now that the secret lies in the bee's labor, the low water content, and the complex enzymes added during production. These factors combine to create a substance that is almost uniquely resistant to the biological forces that break down other foods. When you open a jar of honey today, you are interacting with a process that has been perfected by nature over millions of years. It is a rare example of a food that requires no processing, no refrigeration, and no additives to maintain its quality indefinitely. This inherent stability is why honey has been traded, stored, and revered across continents and centuries without losing its core identity. Even when honey crystallizes, turning cloudy or grainy, it has not spoiled. It is simply undergoing a natural physical change in state. A gentle warm water bath is all that is needed to return it to its liquid, golden state, ready for use once again. The key is keeping moisture out, as water is the only element that can disrupt the delicate balance honey maintains so well. By using a dry spoon and keeping the lid tightly sealed, you ensure that your honey remains as stable as the day it was harvested. This simple practice is the modern equivalent of the ancient seals that protected the honey found in Tutankhamun's royal tomb. We are essentially following the same protocols that ancient civilizations established through observation and trial over thousands of years. It is a testament to the power of nature that a simple food product can bridge the gap between ancient history and modern life. As we continue to study honey, we find more reasons to respect the complex biological engineering that bees perform every day. From the hive to the jar, every step of the process is designed to ensure the survival of the colony's winter food supply. This evolutionary pressure has resulted in a substance that is perfectly optimized for long-term storage under a variety of conditions. It is no wonder that humans have been so fascinated by honey, incorporating it into our diets, our medicine, and our legends. The story of honey is really a story about the intersection of human curiosity and the remarkable capabilities of the natural world. We have moved from seeing honey as a divine gift to understanding it as a masterclass in chemical and biological defense. Yet, despite all our scientific advancements, the core appeal of honey remains the same: its sweetness and its incredible, lasting quality. Whether it is found in a museum or a pantry, honey commands a level of respect that few other foods can claim. It serves as a constant reminder that nature often provides solutions to problems like decay long before we even identify them. The next time you reach for that jar, consider the thousands of years of history and the complex chemistry held within. You are holding a substance that has survived empires, outlasted kings, and remained unchanged while the world evolved around it. It is a small golden link to the past, a tangible piece of history that you can enjoy in your own home. The mystery of the tomb has been solved, but the wonder of honey remains as potent as it was in 1922. We have learned that the immortality of honey is not a myth, but a consequence of its unique, hostile environment for microbes. This realization changes how we view our food, encouraging us to look closer at the ordinary items on our shelves. Every jar tells a story of survival, of chemical warfare on a microscopic scale, and of the resilience of nature. As we look toward the future, we can continue to benefit from this ancient knowledge, applying it to our modern health needs. The lessons of the past are still relevant, guiding us in how we store, use, and respect the ingredients we consume. Honey remains a perfect example of how science can demystify the world without stripping away the awe of the natural process. We have come a long way from the initial discovery in the Valley of the Kings, yet the fascination remains undiminished. The journey from the tomb to the table is a journey of understanding, revealing the hidden mechanisms that govern our world. It is a privilege to witness the intersection of history and science, where ancient artifacts inform our modern scientific understanding. So, as you enjoy your honey, remember the long road it has traveled to reach your kitchen, and the secrets it keeps. The story of honey is far from over, as we continue to uncover the many ways this substance impacts our lives. Despite its legendary status as a preservative, honey hides a dangerous vulnerability that makes it risky for infants under 1 year old. While honey acts as a fortress against most bacteria, it cannot stop dormant spores, such as those of Clostridium botulinum, from hitching a ride. These microscopic spores are not actively growing, so they remain in a state of suspended animation, completely unaffected by honey's powerful dehydrating defenses. Think of these spores as tiny, armored survival capsules that simply wait for a more hospitable environment to eventually wake up and thrive. In a mature adult digestive system, established gut flora easily handle these spores, neutralizing them before they can ever cause any harm to us. Our complex internal ecosystem acts as a biological shield, effectively keeping these dormant invaders from finding a foothold in our adult bodies. However, a baby's developing gut lacks this robust protection, allowing these dormant spores to wake up, multiply, and potentially cause a condition called botulism. This critical difference in our biology is why pediatricians advise keeping honey away from infants until their digestive systems are fully matured. This realization bridges the gap between the ancient world and our modern kitchens, revealing a complex reality behind honey's long-lasting chemical properties. The same unique environment that allowed honey to survive in a pharaoh's tomb for thousands of years also makes it a carrier for dormant threats. Ultimately, the ancient Egyptians were right about honey's immortality, but they could not have known about the microscopic passengers that necessitate our modern caution. It is a reminder that even the most stable ancient foods require a modern understanding of biology to keep our families safe today.